Okay.
Like 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Are we ready? Are we
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
rolling? Are you rolling too? All right, great. So JC, thank you for asking me to come in and ask you some questions. As you know, for everybody else out there, I'm one of your clients, and I've really enjoyed listening to your stories and hearing about some of the things you've been through. But what I wanted to do is ask you some questions about like tomorrow and where you're going, some of your future plans and stuff like that. So I kind of, the whole idea of wrong to strong is where you were and where you are now, some of the things you've done. How does that get you to what you want to become?
Well, I mean, my future, what I see is my nonprofit's like the main goal that I want. I mean, I want to be able to help guys like me actually stay out of prison and actually show them that there's a better way to cope with everyday problems, because that's one of the biggest issues that I had when I came home, is that I didn't know how to deal with just everyday stress out here.
So tell me a little more about the nonprofit. What's really the focus of this work that you're doing right now?
We're trying to get into the prison system to show them a trade to become personal trainers, show them how to use social media, all that stuff that's out now to market yourself. And after they come home, they have a year to spend with us as a mentorship program, where we want to actually, give them the skills to learn how to, small things, open up a bank account, create an LLC. It's just a net of, like a safety net we're trying to create for them to be able to lean on something and someone to be able to actually be successful and actually have a chance to make it and stay out.
So this is one of the things that, and I was really wanting to know about really kind of you, and that's really a thing outside of you that you're doing, right? This nonprofit to get you where you want to go, which is really to be in a position to help a lot of other people not have the struggles that you had when you first got out of prison and stuff. So to get there, who are you? What kinds of folks are you surrounding yourself with? I mean, when I was a kid, they say, hey, show me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are. So right now, you're looking forward at this kind of thing. What sorts of people are you surrounding yourself with to get to where you want to go?
Well, it's funny that you asked that, because I would have never thought that I would have the friends that I have now, and to have like people that actually believe in me, like cops, firefighters, people that are politics, and our friend Tim.
Yeah.
He's been a firm believer, and since the day one that he met me, and I was thinking about it the other day, is I've surrounded myself with a lot of good people now that actually believe in me, and they're trying to help me actually create my dream. And it's funny because every single one of them has come into my life at the right time, when I actually needed that guidance, or that like Tim came into my life right when he started training, right when I needed to start creating my grant. Everything's been falling into place. That's why I kind of feel like this is my calling, this is my purpose. I went through what I went through for a reason, and this is what's supposed to happen. This is where I'm supposed to be at in my life right now.
Well, but let me ask you a little something, because this doesn't come at no cost, right? You know the life of the street, right? If you made the choice to go back into that life, you could do that pretty easily.
Yes.
If you made the choice to go, for whatever reason, back to prison, you've been there, you've dealt with those. There's a lot of rules to that in a way to do it. You can probably do that pretty easily. You're moving into something that's very, very different, right? You're moving into a space that you're sometimes really not very comfortable with, right? How do you get to where you can admit your discomfort and move through that? Now, you've got some people that have come into that, but what about you personally? What are you doing to move yourself out of those comfort zones of the life of the street or the life of a person in prison?
Honestly, I'm just learning and teaching myself. The day that I got invited to that event at ASU,
Which event?
the Diablo's ceremony, where you got your award.
That's right, I got it.
You know, I felt really proud to be
What's up?
Mexican.
Say a little bit about that. What you experienced there, because I think that was really important for you.
Well, it was a key moment in my life, actually. Like, I sat down in a room full of Mexicans that had PhDs, masters, I mean, you name it, like, all professionals. And to see how much each one of them helped each other to create what they created, and that, like, that little club to, like, know your history, your roots, where you came from. Like, it made me like really proud that day. I just got the goosebumps. Like, it made me really proud to be there that day. And for me to have that mentality where I was like, man, fuck that, I'm not gonna wear a suit. Like, now I wanna wear a suit. Like,
And you told me after that you had never been in a room with that many. Well, I can't remember exactly.
well, that many people with degrees that are like me, people like me, that actually came from neighborhoods like me.
Yeah.
And to see so many people actually grow up in the same neighborhood but actually make it out gave me more motivation to do what I'm doing, because it is possible.
So you notice that right now there's like these folks that are coming into your life, and you're noticing that these alternatives are out there. Do you think maybe that, and mostly we wanted to focus on tomorrow, but just for a second, let's go backwards. Do you think that if when you were younger, you had more exposure to people with higher levels of education, higher levels of financial success, if you had seen those alternatives to what you experienced, you think that would have moved you in a different path when you were younger? It's a tough question to ask. But looking at it now, do you think for somebody younger, like the young JC, you think that would have made a difference? Or, I mean, it might not have, I don't know.
I think it would have made a big difference to make better decisions, because I mean, I grew up surrounded by drug dealers and gangbangers, and as a kid, that's what I wanted to be. I didn't, you know, a lot of kids are like, oh, you know, I want to be a policeman or a firefighter. No, I wanted to be a drug dealer. I wanted to be a head gang member, and I wanted to.
So that was your example. Those were the goals that you set for yourself, and,
Yeah.
and you achieved them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then what happened, right?
At a big cost. I mean, it cost me 17 years of my life.
Yeah.
You know, and now it's like small things that I want to go to a baseball game. I want to, you know, take a trip to Rome or something like that. There's things that I want to experience, because I was living in a box for so long, and on a 2-block radius where I didn't leave, or when I did leave, something bad would happen. And, you know, things are changing, so I feel different. I think I even walk different. You know, I don't sag my pants no more or nothing like that. But I mean, it's like this is the biggest message that I want to show these guys, that there's so much more out there in life than that.
When you were younger, how long did you think you would live? Like, how old did you think you would get? Like, did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't think I was going to make it past 21.
What about now?
I mean, I hope I live to be like 90, like some of my clients. You know?
So let's go there for a second. So, you know, you're how old are you now?
42.
Okay, so you're 42 now. Let's say you're halfway done. You've got that part of your life. You're moving into the next phase of your life. What is 80-year-old JC, right? And think about it for a minute. Now your 80-year-old JC is going to look back. What's 80-year-old JC want to tell 42-year-old JC?
Just live life. Enjoy it. You know, enjoy those moments that you didn't have for a very long time. This made me a little emotional.
Why?
But because I didn't get to experience a lot of things that a lot of people get to experience. So I want to experience
Like what?
a baseball game, Great America, Disneyland.
When you were younger?
Yep.
like as a teenager and in your 20s and stuff?
Just little things.
We take them for granted, don't we?
Yep.
So, you know, I'll give you a little break here and tell you a quick little story about myself. When I was 12, and this is a very weird thing, when I was a 12-year-old kid, I made a decision about what I wanted my own headstone to say. And I decided that I wanted it to say, he lived a full life. Right? It sounds to me like that's something that you think 80-year-old JC would want to tell 42-year-old JC now, right? And you can't, you and I both know you can't go back. You're never going to be able to go back, but, you know, you're only halfway done. So, what do you think your epitaph is going to read? What would you want the people that survived you to put on that headstone for folks to remember you?
I mean, honestly, like, if I don't get to do all those things, as long as I get to help one person be able to make the changes just before they lose all that time, I'd actually be happy. Because it comes at a big cost. And
You lost half of your life.
I still deal with some of that stuff to this day, the nightmares. Stuff that people don't see in me that I deal with, like my personal, that's me when I'm home alone. So, you know, if I can help one person just change that path, I'll be happy. I'll be very, very happy. I think that's why I get so much return from my job, is that I'm helping people in some way that it feeds my soul. That's why I give so much and I spend so many hours here.
How do you think you've helped me so far?
You can do 800 lunges.
But it's a cost. It comes with
At
a
a
cost.
cost.
Yeah.
But I think that, you know, I have a poem that I wrote that's called The Wall, and yeah, I write a lot of poetry. A lot of people are like, you write poetry? I'm like, yeah, I write poetry. It's called The Wall, and you know, it states that why did all this stuff happen to me, and it takes a lot to bring me down now. Like, I can have a really bad day, but I'll still be smiling and everything, and it's because so much has happened to me in my life that my wall is like really strong. So I believe that I help people build their wall behind mine, and then I can move out the way and they have their own wall up. So that's the way I look at it. With my personal training, with my friendships and stuff. I mean, I'm not perfect. I still have a lot of flaws and stuff like that, but I constantly try to improve and just get better. I mean, I just went to an AA meeting a little while ago, and you know, I like to go to those places to hear people's stories, and just a lot of people have been through a lot of stuff. So, you know, I'm blessed to be here right now.
I think I am too. I want to thank you for asking me to do this. I don't want to get too deep into it. I don't want you to start crying. It's too heavy for me to pick up yet. One of these days. Thank you for asking me to do this, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you.